When we had been married only 6 months, we went on our first short-term missions trip to Mexico with our church. It was life-changing for us because during that time we dedicated to God's kingdom work that week. We found the joy of investing in the kingdom with no expectation of personal benefit.
As pastors, we have led short-term trips and have seen the benefits to both the team members going, the churches sending them, and the churches and communities hosting them.
During our nearly 11 years as pastors of a church in Rose Hill, Kansas, we have seen up close the needs of rural America and the great opportunity the local church has to partner with other churches and organizations to meet the needs of its people in a meaningful way.
Our first exposure to Convoy of Hope was rural pastor training through Rural Compassion. It empowered us to be more effective at loving and ministering to our whole community. Not long after, we served as volunteers at Convoy of Hope's event in Wichita, the Day of Hope. We are immediately impressed with the mission of Convoy of Hope to provide help and hope to those who are impoverished, hungry, and hurting. They treated each guest with an honor and compassion that was incredible.
God brought our love for short-term missions trips, rural America, and Convoy of Hope together in a way that only He could dream up.
We are joining Convoy of Hope as field teams leaders focusing on rural America. We will be leading short-term trips to already established locations in the U.S., as well as assisting in the expansion of the trips on a domestic side of Convoy of Hope field teams.
We will be serving as missionary associates with Assemblies of God U.S. Missions. That means we have to raise monthly support to meet the budget set before us. As soon as we have an adequate amount of monthly support raised, we will relocate to the Springfield, Missouri area to fully engage in the mission God has placed before us.
Well, I feel like going on a missions trip, or my relationship with God has been stronger. I never had a doubt when the idea of going on a missions trip, because I felt like, one, we are called to be servants, at least Terry and I are, and without a doubt that is how we can draw closer to God by serving.
It's just, you make a bond with people there, and they really see what kind of person you are, as in, Christ-like, but yet you make a connection with them, and they actually see how you come there, you spend money to get there, and you fly to places, you drive hours to places, and it's like they putting so much time into things and not wanting anything back. It's all just to further the kingdom of God.
And it really helps you to be able to see people, especially the people that you're affecting, see them through God's eyes.
Yeah.
It really it opens your heart up to maybe a different way that people live, that we're not, we're so blessed that it makes you love with the Christ love that we should all have.
Yeah.
I've seen the impact that our field teams can have in communities throughout rural America and other places in the United States. And I get really excited when the thought of Rob and Kim joining this team comes to my mind, because they will help us increase that impact in ways that I don't think any of us have dreamed about so far. I love this quote from Frederick Buechner. He says that God's will is often where the deep needs of the world and the deep gladness of man collide. And Convoy of Hope, we get to stand at that intersection, and our field teams, that's our groups from churches throughout the United States, they get to physically stand right at that intersection. Here they are, groups of people with a passion to help, right in the place that needs some help, and where Convoy of Hope is engaging strategically. And so I'm thrilled for our field teams and the opportunities we have throughout the world. And I'm extra excited because Rob and Kim are becoming part of the Convoy of Hope family, and through their work, we will be able to help strategize throughout communities, not only around the world, but with their help through communities here in the United States. In places throughout rural America, even in some of the urban environments, they will be working with leaders in communities to help strategically plan ways that Convoy of Hope can engage and help the things that are happening there. And then they'll be able to take teams from churches throughout the U.S. to those spots, spend a week or however long it ends up being, helping in some real and in some lasting ways. It's going to have an impact on the community, it'll have an impact on the team, and Rob and Kim get to be a part of the entire process. I am so excited they're coming on board. I'm so thankful that they're joining this team. And I would love it if you would just prayerfully consider ways that you can be a part of what they're doing as well, financially, through your prayers, through your encouragement. They need all of it. And as much as you can join their team, and in as many ways as you can join their team, it'll be beautiful. And just know that I'll be grateful, and people around the United States will be as well. Thanks for being a part of what they're doing. Thanks for encouraging them. Thanks for giving financially. Thank you for praying for them. And just know that as you support them, you are helping communities throughout the USA. You're helping team members from churches from throughout America, and you're making a difference. And it's a really big deal. So on behalf of me, on behalf of Convoy of Hope, and countless people that neither of us have met yet, I just want to say thank you.